Project hardening must not go unpunished. It is a reality which is a regular and systemic practice. Nobody should pull wool over the eyes of Nigerians. Ganging up to intimidate this and threaten the life of whistleblower is deplorable and undemocratic. What of the so-called constituency projects, which is a veritable source of corruption? These constituency projects are spread over the budget for members of the National Assembly, for which they are the initiator and the contractor directly or by proxy, and money will be fully drawn, with the project only partially executed or not executed at all. The National Assembly cabal of today is worse than any cabal that anybody may find anywhere in our national governance system. Members of the National Assembly pay themselves allowances for staff and offices they do not have or maintain. Once you are a member, you are co-opted, and your mouth is stuffed with rottenness and corruption that you cannot opt out, as you go home with not less than 15 million naira a month for a senator and 10 million naira a month for a member of House of Representatives. The National Assembly is a den of corruption by a gang of unarmed robbers.
In 1991, Professor Wole Soyinka described the 1992 IBB's budget as guesstimate, a new word he coined to mean guessing the estimate. But today, we are not just guessing the budget estimate, but we have ended up with a padded budget as we have all become a padded nation. Well, Nigerians have been informed by members of the Senate, the upper chambers of the legislature, that the breakdown of the budget of some organs of government amounting to 3.2 trillion, whose financial allocation are statutory and containing the first-line charge of the Constitution, are not usually containing the breakdown of the budget. Organs like National Assembly, the Judiciary, and interventionist agencies like UBEC, TED Fund, NDDC, NEDC, INEC, and co. But if that is so, but how come you have 46.5 billion allocated to renovation of 50 schools without location? Abi the breakdown of Ministry of Education budget to na statutory or interventionist program. Well, we wait for explanation. But really, how come that you oversight these agencies? How do you oversight these agencies if you don't even have breakdown of their budget? Like they say, you go explain entire, no evidence. Also, we have been informed by this same Senate that ranking senators or ranking House members or principal officers usually get more constituency votes and allocation than others. Or if you like, they pad their own constituency allocation. And I guess the same thing applies to headship of committees also, depending on how juicy or non-juicy the committee is. You know, and according to our man, Senator Leon Dume, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the others, if you know what I mean. So if you like, call and confront level, but you know, say levels, they these things. No wonder the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, is alleged to have allocated 90 billion to his constituency for constituency project. And a breakdown is 395 million for the construction and equipping of community schools. 957 million for the supply of sewing machines, hairdressing and barbing equipment, and deep freezers. 50 million for construction of district head palace. Also be district head. 4 billion for construction of police station. 3.1 billion for the provision of farm implements, motorcycles, tricycle, wedding machines to artisans and barbers and buses. I did say they don't buy motorcycle for Akwa Ibom. 4.5 billion for the empowerment materials and training to women and youth. 474 million for the provision of security cars. 1.2 billion for the provision of educational material to selected schools, textbooks. 1.2 billion for provision of medical equipment and equipment to health centers. 2.9 billion for starter packs for youth and women. And very soon, no more, they go to sell Okada, sell freezer, sell everything on the street of Akwa Ibom, you know. So what is the state doing if Senator is providing all of this? And what is the job of the local government in those areas. If the senator is doing NGO job to do all of this, well, those local government have been reduced to salary paying agencies. Babio the man, common governor, now becoming uncommon Senate president. You know what money cannot do, more money can do. I beg, Honorable Minister, off your mic, Jerry. But really, if you must ask, aren't we all a nation of padders? Our population figure is padded or guesstimate. Our workforce or civil service is padded, and that's why you have ghost workers everywhere. Our election results are padded. That's why it is disputed even to high heavens. Our currency is padded by the same government officials, endlessly chasing dollar. Hence the fluctuation. Even as our university degrees are padded. That's why somebody could read computer science in a university and never see computer one day. And we need to go to a private computer institution to learn computer. Even as our various private sector pad their financial and call it over-invoicing. Our property valuation are padded for loan purposes, just as tax returns are padded to avoid taxes. If we talk about contract padding, both at the private, public, and minutest level, you go bow. That's one, because that one is padded arrangement. Our religious centers, pad promises, vague promises to hoodwink and fleece money from the gullible. May God pad all your needs according to his riches in glory. Amen, somebody. I will therefore advocate until we reduce the scope of our government financial influence and responsibilities from this bogus generalistic unitary platform cloaked in federal gap to a more manageable, individualized level where the federating unit can financially be independent and accountable to the unit. People will continue to go to Abuja with the hope of cornering everything meant for the collective to themselves alone, to the detriment of others. And if this is not challenge or change, Nigerian system of government as presently constituted will continue to benefit those at the top, while those of you and all of us at the bottom will continue to cut corners amongst ourselves. And otherwise, government will soon turn to NGO. So permit me to share the grace here while I wait for your padded comment on all our social media platforms showing on your screen. And then feel free to share. Those when the system benefit today, they rejoice. And those when it no benefit, they complain until it reach their turn. But is it sustainable? I leave you to answer that question until next week.